Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, where it is that time of the week again. Another Monday and another episode of Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that are going to be in my pocket for the next 5 days. I don't know about you guys, but I really hope your weekend was a lot faster than mine. For some reason, I didn't even do a whole lot, but it just felt like this weekend didn't even exist. Like, literally the fastest 2.5 days of my life. So, yeah, it's Monday again. I just need a little extra coffee today. But before we hop into this list, I want to give a huge shout out to all my sponsors up here. DLT Trading, Caviso, White Mountain Knives, Steel Capital, Mojave Outdoor, and Blade Ops. Guys, all these retailers here, check out their websites. They're going to be linked below. See what they got. If you can, give them your business. It's because of these retailers here I can do what I do on such a regular basis. Really appreciate their support of my channel. And just really enjoy working with them on a regular basis. So check them out. Give them your business. They're great. Let's get into the knives today. And we are going to start off with a new one for me. This is the Benchmade Mini Adamas. I've actually had a Mini Adamas before, but then I came across this one with the maroon or burgundy micarta, and yeah, I just had to. This knife, there's some things about the Mini Adamas that doesn't make complete sense, but it's still just such a smooth Benchmade, and a knife that is a little thicker behind the edge, but it's that smaller version of such a big brute of a knife that I really enjoyed. And I just really liked the idea of Benchmade making it a little smaller. I wish the blade would have been a little thinner. That's my only gripe with this knife. It really is just that slightly thicker behind the edge. And it's still a decent blade. I just felt like if it was a little more around like 20 thousandths, it'd be perfect. But this guy right now, I believe, is at like 26, 27 thousandths. So a little thicker, but still really good with that CPM crewware steel that is coated. And of course, it's the limited edition, so that's kind of cool. But just love the deep carry clip. Love the action with this knife. You get some really good, somewhat unique action because it is such a heavy blade. Works really well with the axis lock. So really enjoyable knife. Looking forward to carrying this in the pocket this week. The Benchmade Mini Adamas. Now, next up here, I've got one that you guys have seen before on the channel. This is the Protech Malibu. Haven't carried the Malibu in quite a while, so I really wanted to change that. Still arguably the best flipper button lock knife out there. It's just got a detent that is the definition of perfect. And I could do this all day and just enjoy it just as much as the first flip, because it really does have some phenomenal action, some very good ergos, and just some nice, simple aesthetics. Just a great little knife, and it's one that I enjoy a little more now than even I did in the past, because I don't know, I'm still a huge Protech fan, but I've just seen some stuff out of Protech lately that hasn't really excited me. And I look at my Malibu, and every time I pick this knife up and carry it or just flip it, it's just instant enjoyment, instant satisfaction of just a very excellently designed knife, with really, in my opinion, nothing wrong with it. It's just good to go. So yeah, really enjoy this Malibu. And it's another one I really wish Protech would get more into the button lock scene. You know, they're great with automatics, and I really do like a lot of their automatics, but they did such a good job with this button lock. They gotta keep making them. They gotta get more creative with them and bring out more designs, because this really was just a home run, and one that I enjoyed very much, the Protech Malibu. Okay, next up we have a new knife, and this one is from Kooby, and you can expect a review of this coming up this week. This is the Kooby Ruckus, and I don't want to say much about it right now because I do have the full review coming up, but it is one that, again, has surprised me in terms of action, in terms of just how enjoyable a Kooby knife can be. It's one that, again, they're getting there. They're getting there every time I get a Kooby knife in hand. It seems like they're just a little better. And this one has some very unique things about it that I will cover in my review, but it's really creeping up right there with Civivi in terms of action. It's right up there on that Civivi level that a lot of people consider Civivi to have some of the best action in the entire knife industry in terms of budget knives. So definitely one that you want to keep an eye out for that full review that is coming. But just some very, very good ergos. Very nice offering overall from Kooby. A nice little combination of aesthetics and materials and some pretty decent value behind this guy. There's a lot more options than this bolster option too, which I'll cover in the review. There's actually another option that may even be a little better value and a better choice than the one I have in my hand. And again, I'll cover all that in the review, but looking forward to carrying the Kooby Ruckus in the pocket this week. Next up, I have a design from one of my favorite designers, and I haven't carried any of his work lately. So this week, we are throwing the Laconico Keen in the pocket. This was originally something you could get on Mass Drop. Mass Drop isn't really a thing anymore. Actually, it went from Mass Drop to Drop to something else. I don't know if I can really go into detail about it, so I'm not going to do that right now. But this was given to me as a gift from a viewer by the name of Seth, and it's one that I'll definitely never get rid of because I just really, really enjoy this knife. It's so simple, but it feels really good in the hand. It has that great, simple Laconico design, that beautiful drop point that he does so good. Manufactured by We Knives, so it's got that quality in the build. And it's just an excellent, excellent knife. One that I wanted for a really long time and was never able to hop on one when they were available. And then, albeit, I got this gift from Seth, and it really did make me happy. And Seth, if you're watching this, still love this knife, man. Couldn't be happier to have it in the collection. So thank you again for this. Just a great gift and something that I really do enjoy. And I'm gonna enjoy it a little more this week because it's gonna be in my pocket. And now last up, we have an old ZT back from the glory days of ZT, one that I still love a whole lot. This is the ZT-0850 CF with the blacked out version. You got black carbon fiber. You got the little 6-shooter theme all over the knife. And it is just a very, very beautiful piece. One of the best knives ZT's ever spit out, in my opinion. A whole lot of knife and not much weight at all. One of the lightest big knives I've ever handled, and still with some excellent washer action. Yes, these guys are on Teflon washers, or not Teflon, but bronze washers. Yes, bronze washers. Just buttery smooth for washer action. And it's one that if I carried it more and it was more of like a true EDC, it'd be even smoother. But it's still so good. Love the ergos in hand with this guy. That little bit of jimping up there really does just kind of work all together. It works very well, and you can always choke up and kind of get your thumb up there for a little more reach on the spine of the blade. But just a great looking blade that is kind of somewhere between like a sheep's foot or a drop point. Some might even call it a modified Warncliffe. I have no idea what this blade is. But what it absolutely is in terms of maybe not just the shape, but it's beautiful. And that's a big part of it. This is definitely a looker and a user. Obviously, I haven't used it a whole lot because the satin blade is pretty clean. I've kind of kept it to be a little more of a safe queen just because you can't get them anymore. And I really don't like doing that. Usually when something becomes a safe queen for me, that's when I start to think about selling it. So we'll see, but definitely going to have it in the pocket this week. I'll have to run it through some cardboard just to convince me to keep it and get some marks on the blade so I don't have to even think about selling it. Because right now it is pretty much in brand new condition, but for good reason. It just looks too good to get all marred up. But nonetheless, we'll put her to work this week. The ZT-0850, along with the rest of the carry for this week. Guys, let me know what you think of it. As always, do a little pocket check critiquing or weak carry critiquing, whatever you want to call it. But here it is. Here's my spread for the week. As always, let me know what you're going to have in your pockets. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great productive week. And until the next one, I'm out.